related to Samica, or Sam and Jen. I really enjoyed seeing the reaction my wife was having to watching their vlog and other vlogs. We decided as a family that it would be a really neat experience to be able to vlog our life and share it with other people, and hopefully contribute to the world the same way that we felt that Sam and Jen were, and some of these other vloggers, by way of sharing their personal experiences and then involving themselves in this different kind of community on a level that you can't really get to in your local area sometimes. And with the great advances of the internet, having YouTube available in this vast community, we have endless opportunities to make friends and connect with people that are all over the globe. So I would say that, and starting our family and wanting to document, some like home videos, I think that's probably some of the biggest reasons why we actually started vlogging. I do have a few videos posted up on my own channel here that are like how-tos, some guides, walkthroughs. That kind of plays into what I really enjoy doing in life, which is trying to help others accomplish things that they want to accomplish. If I'm able to help some people, that I've already accomplished more than I would have expected. By the feedback that I've gotten from people, I have that reassurance that I have been able to help a lot of people by posting those kinds of instructional videos. So I do plan on doing more of those, but also during our vlogging, I hope to accomplish a lot of the same end result there, where we're helping other people, or we're contributing to a community and a thing that's bigger than ourselves. My favorite number is the number 7. David Beckham was a rising star at that time when I was growing up. He'd really put his name on the map. He wore the number 7 on his jersey for Manchester United, and so I wanted to emulate the type of player he was. I thought that he was the best player in the world, and I just wanted to do everything that he did. So number 7 obviously came naturally to that, and it just kind of stuck with me. As I've grown up and learned more things about symbolism with numbers, the number 7 has a lot of symbolism as far as perfection or completeness, and I think that it's really fitting because of my pursuits, my desires. I really like to try and pursue development and becoming more perfect by way of just improving myself. Perfection really is, I feel, trying perfectly. It's doing your very best. It's not that you are perfect in that moment, but that you're doing your best in that moment. There's a deeper insight to why I like the number 7 now, but it started off as just a jersey number of my favorite soccer player. I do have a job. I'm not fortunate enough to be self-employed yet. I do plan on being self-employed at some point. Currently, I'm working for a wonderful company that has developed an incredible software for the education industry, and they are very passionate about what they've produced, and that is something that I really enjoy being around and involved in, is a company that has such passion around furthering other people's abilities. Being a part of that is really awesome. I'm a part of their marketing team, so I get to interact with prospective clients all the time, help introduce our product to them. What makes me cry? Oh man, that's a pretty good question. I consider myself a guy that doesn't really like to cry too much. I would say that having had a kid, I am quite a bit more emotional than I used to be, but that's still so few and far between. I think the last time that I actually cried was when she was born. I did cry for sure. It was such an intense psychological, physical, spiritual, emotional experience. I will admit, however, that I do get a little bit choked up in some of those sappy movies. Don't tell my wife this, but I usually will look over to her and say, "Oh, it's okay, you don't have to cry about it." And that's kind of my way of breaking it up so that I don't get a little over emotional and she might catch me shed a tear or something. I don't know that I've actually ever cried during one of those things, but I definitely well up. I'm a huge soccer fan, especially when it comes to my favorite football club, Manchester United. So over there in England and pretty much everywhere else in the world, but here in the US, they call it football. We're huge soccer fanatics in our home. I rarely fail to get up early on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning and watch Manchester United when they play if a game is being streamed online or on TV that I can watch.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Back in high school, I kind of got big into poetry. It was a way for me to express my feelings when I was going through some difficult times. And I decided to actually enter one of those poems into a contest. And that poem got selected as one of the winners of the contest. I got published in a book. My mom ordered the book, and she has it sitting up on one of her bookshelves. I can't say that I've ever had anything that comes close to my wedding day or the day that our baby girl was born. Those are definitely highest on the list of accomplishments, if you can call them accomplishments. As for my career, I feel like I've had a lot of really cool experiences. I would say that there have been a few that have really shaped my life. Working with the Pathway program with Brigham Young University, Idaho is definitely one of them. Being a part of their peer mentoring program and helping those that have not had a chance to go to college or pursue higher education get linked up with somebody who is in that experience and is able to contribute to their success in the program. That was a really awesome experience because I got to hear feedback and stories from those that were involved in participating in the class and mentoring and how it shaped their lives positively. That was pretty awesome. So I don't know if this is so much a childhood memory or if it's more of a reflection back, because I think I was probably too young to remember it. But there's this one photo where I'm at Disneyland with my dad. I'm just sitting up on my dad's shoulders, and he is just holding me there, and I'm just kind of like holding on to his head or something. I just look so happy, and I feel like my dad looks so happy. It's one of my favorite photos of my childhood, that's for sure. One of my favorite childhood memories was when I was playing soccer for high school. We were playing in the CIF tournament. It was double overtime, golden goal, which meant in those rules it was if one of the teams scored, then that team won because the game had gone on for so long. And if no one scored at the end of that extra period, then it would actually have gone into penalty kicks to decide a winner. But it was like epic. It was totally movie theatrical type of experience there where the sun has started to set. It was cloudy. There was rain coming down the field. It was all muddy. And both sides were just completely exhausted. The ball just happened to fall right to me at a perfect spot. I was able to lob it over the keeper and score. The game was over. We had won. We were advancing to the next round. The team just bum rushed me. They dogpiled on me in the mud. Our coach ran out there. He was this shorter, stocky guy, and he ran to jump on the pile, and he missed and landed in the mud. And it was just an amazing experience. That was a really neat childhood memory of mine. I think that if I was to pinpoint one regret that I have, it might be that I wasn't open with myself about who I believed I was and the things that I felt I could accomplish early enough in my life. I didn't really stop struggling with that until fairly recently, just a couple of years back, when I overcame a huge hurdle in life and I was able to see who I was. I kind of had this experience that forced me to do a lot of introspection. And I kind of wish that I would have had that earlier in life, just so that I wouldn't have been so afraid to be outspoken about who I was. And I think it's so wonderful that there are so many people out there that can be bold and be brave about who they are and have that courage. That's just not something that's ever really come naturally to me. And so I've had to work at it. So one regret I have is that I haven't been as courageous or bold as I would like to be, and that I didn't face myself sooner in life, that I let myself kind of go through some pain and suffering for a while before admitting, hey, this is who I am, this is who I want to be, why am I letting other people's agendas stop me? That would be my regret. If I could have dinner with one person, it would probably be Rainn Wilson. He is one of the co-founders of Soul Pancake. He was also one of the stars of the US TV series The Office. You might know him better as Dwight Schrute. So that might seem kind of odd, right? That might put you off. Part of what he does with Soul Pancake, I feel like, is so enlightening. He really tries to explore the human character and what makes us us, why we do the things that we do. I feel like I'm a spiritual guy, but I'm pretty introverted in a lot of that. I also just enjoy exploring humanity and thinking, what is it that makes us us? So I think having dinner with Rainn Wilson would be super cool to just pick his mind on what he thinks about who we are, where we came from, where we're going, why we do the things that we do. I think that he would engage in a really fun discussion. I think that that's who I would pick if I could choose one person to have dinner with. If you have any further questions for me, if you have some other thoughts that didn't quite make it into this interview, go ahead and comment below. I'd love to answer your questions and get back with you on more about who I am. I'd like to know who you guys are. Submit some posts there, some video responses if you want, telling me who you are. Get out there, be bold, be courageous, let the world know who you are.